don't know if you're familiar with the notion of a third place, but you have your home, you have your work, and then you have your third place, which is a community essentially. So we've created a community. And it's a community where you get to show up as you are. You get to practice confidentiality where needed. You make friends, and you leave all of our dinners feeling like your battery has been charged
Mm.
instead of drained. The
Yeah.
way that the dinners work is that you sign up, and you'll be seated with like 7 to 8 women, and you all go, and we have a full leadership team of volunteers who host the dinners. So your dinner host will greet you, and there's 3 rules at every dinner. The first is come as you are. So if you need to cry about a boyfriend or girlfriend, if you need to order champagne because you got promoted, if you need to talk about a relationship you're having at work that isn't working out, anything is on the table. Extroverts, introverts, whatever you need for those 2 hours, you are allowed to come as you are. So our second rule is practice confidentiality. So
Mm.
make sure that you're using confidentiality at the table so that everything that happens at the table stays at the table. And then our third rule, which is my favorite, is the pivot rule. So if at any point anyone at the table is feeling uncomfortable about a conversation that's happening, they can say pivot, no questions asked. So those 3 rules really allow that intimacy that leaves you feeling really warm and cozy after the dinners. So typically when you're trying to connect with someone, if you start the conversation joyful, if you have some sort of dialogue or some sort of exchange of goods, and then if you consistently show up for that person, that connection then becomes a friend. And the more times you can over and over again practice making a connection and then practice showing up for them is when you really build those connections and build those friendships. So I'd say the world is really, really needing friends.
Mm.
That's what I think more of what the world needs.